How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beared Down Uncut, the show where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. Today, we are back with episode number 131 of Uncut. And while the legal tampering window has opened in the NFL, the Bears haven't done much of anything yet. They restructured some contracts, got back down in cap space, but we're here today to talk about Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson reportedly has zero intentions of signing his franchise tag anytime soon. So today we are going to be discussing what it'll take to come to a long-term extension, and once again, what type of compensation the Bears could receive if this gets ugly. Welcome back to the show, guys. Before I introduce myself and my co-host, I would like to say, if you're new to the channel and you want Bears content every day of the week, we are about to start flipping stuff out about free agency and the draft as we continue to get into the spur of things. Do us a favor, whatever platform you're listening on, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, do us a favor, subscribe, drop a like, and we'll keep coming back to you guys with as much content as possible. I am your host, Chris Malpe. Today, I am joined by both of my regular co-hosts for this one, Parth and Jaylen McClinton. How's it going, guys?
Doing pretty good. Just excited about March Madness. You know, it's about to kick off.
Raise your hand if you're living in Indiana and your team's in the tournament. Oh, yeah, Parth's hands down.
Raise your hand if you're in Illinois and your team's in the tournament.
There we go. Yeah. Iowa and Illinois made it. IU didn't. Sorry about that.
Hey, we beat Iowa twice this year.
That doesn't matter. Who's in the big dance? Enjoy the NIT, my friend. Jaylen, what's going on?
Pretty good. I mean, I just woke up. Daylight savings time is really less on my schedule, bro. But, can't complain. I've been enjoying sports. U of I, the Bulls and stuff like that. Basketball has been really good to me this season. But that's about it.
Yeah. March Madness starting up soon. Good for me and Parth because the entire state of Indiana is hosting it. I know I'll be going to some games. I'm sure you'll go to some games as well. So that'll surely get exciting. We might start a bracket challenge with Beared Down. So if you guys are interested in that,
you'll be so biased, bro.
Yeah, comment that down.
Yeah, because that's something we'd definitely be interested in. Would have to get going in the next day or so. I'm sure we're probably going to do something like that. But before we do get into this episode of Uncut, we do have a sponsored message today. So let's pass it over to our great friend, Zach Rimbos, with this message from Manscaped.
How's it going, everybody? Manscaped hooked me up with a bunch of tools and formulations from their Perfect Package 3.0 kit. I know we all have stories of trying to shave down there and perhaps nicking ourselves and bleeding, and it's not very fun, but not to worry with Manscaped. Manscaped has created the best ball hair trimmer ever, the Lawnmower 3.0. Their third-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving my boys. In addition, this trimmer comes with an LED light for a more precise shave and is waterproof to make your shower shave clean and easy. And don't use the same trimmer you use on your face as your balls. That's just nasty. The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside their brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with everything you need to keep trimmed, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. The Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0 also includes the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? And yes, your balls stink. Speaking of which, I am also thankful for their Crop Reviver. This product, along with the Crop Preserver, keeps your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts into their Perfect Package, one being a pair of high-performance Manscaped boxer briefs that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day, and a travel shed bag to store all of your grooming goodies. Trim that junk of yours. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BD20 at manscaped.com. You'll see that on the screen right now. Your balls will thank you. Once again, that's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code BD20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Now let's get back into the video.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much to Manscaped for sponsoring. Once again, code BD20 for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. We all definitely suggested some great products over there. Let's get into this, boys. Allen Robinson. The drama continues. We knew when the Bears franchise tagged him a couple of days ago that things weren't going to get better. And Robinson, per ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano, has, quote, zero intentions of signing the franchise tag anytime soon. Parth, I mean, we knew this was coming. We knew that he probably was going to hold out or have some situation like this happen. So first and foremost, before we get into it a little bit more, does this surprise you whatsoever?
No, it doesn't. I mean, the Bears haven't made a move for quarterback yet. The best he hasn't been with any quarterbacks in his whole entire career, and right now he's stuck with Nick Foles as the only guy. I doubt he'd want to play with Nick Foles or anyone else that the Bears bring in besides Wilson or Watson. So if the Bears can't guarantee that to him or a long-term contract, I doubt he wants to stay in Chicago. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a messy situation. He deserves to get paid. He's a top 10 wide receiver, and he's been doing it for a while. And I think this is his big payday. He knows it's one shot to get as much as money he can get. So he's going to do all he can to get this.
Yeah, absolutely. Him being stuck with Nick Foles isn't great. We see the Bears letting Mitchell Trubisky walk right now. Some rumors from Benjamin Albright that Washington is looking to add a true quarterback to their competition. So it wouldn't be surprising if he got a shot out there in D.C. So, but, I think this more so comes down to Robinson wanting money than Robinson not wanting to be in Chicago. The man just wants to get paid. He said it all offseason. He was down for absolutely anything. If he got paid by the Bears, he would stay in Chicago. If he got paid by another team, he would test the waters and probably eventually end up elsewhere. I think Allen Robinson just wants to get paid at the end of the day. It doesn't shock me at all that he won't sign this franchise tender. And look, there haven't been contract talks since September. This morning from, I think, Josina Anderson talked to Robinson. So as much as I want the Bears to get something done, I'm confused why we're not trying to extend our best player on offense, and things are probably only going to get worse if they can't figure something out soon. So Ryan Pace surely has to get back in here and not only continue to be aggressive and try and hit a home run ball with the quarterback situation, but you have to pay Robinson at the end of the day. And if you don't pay him, I'm pretty confident that he's going to hold out and eventually force himself out of Chicago. So, Jaylen, we learned recently that Allen Robinson's not willing to sign this franchise tag. He has zero intention of doing it, at least anytime soon. Does this news surprise you at all?
No, that he's not going to sign his franchise tag, not at all. I kind of figured that, especially when he started liking tweets saying he hates the franchise tag and stuff like that. But I don't blame him. He wants his money. He deserves his money, especially after that type of season. Over 1,200 yards, seven or eight touchdowns, something like that. He had a very good season, and he deserves to be paid the money that he wants. But I'm pretty sure that Pace is trying to figure out his quarterback position before he looks for, his wide receiver one, or before he pays his wide receiver one. So that's why I'm pretty sure it's taking. He said they haven't talked since the beginning of the season. Not surprising because Pace usually doesn't discuss contracts during the season. It's either right before the season starts or as soon as the season starts. That's what we've seen with Tariq. He got his contract extension after week 1 or week 2. So I'm not surprised that they haven't talked since the season began. But like I said, I'm pretty sure Pace is waiting to see who his quarterback is before he looks to give big money to Allen Robinson.
And that makes sense. The one good thing about the franchise tag is whether or not Robinson signs it, it buys them time. Robinson and the Bears have until July 15th to strike a deal before things can and will escalate more. Let's talk a little bit about what the Bears can do to make this situation better, because obviously the quarterback position is going to be a big one. This doesn't need to be a long, elaborated response, but if the Bears can hit a home run on the quarterback position, okay, trade up in the draft, get someone like a Trey Lance, trade for Russell Wilson, trade for Deshaun Watson, do you guys think it makes it a lot easier for Robinson to stick around in 2021? Because personally, I think that makes it a lot easier. If they can get the quarterback, I think he'll stay.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. If they can somehow convince him that we're going to trade for Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, I think Allen Robinson would definitely want to stick here, even if that meant maybe a couple $1 million less, because, that means he stays in Chicago, plays with an elite quarterback. That's something he has never done. The portals and Mitchell Trubisky isn't the best thing, especially when you're putting up basically 1,000 yards per year with those guys.
Yep.
1,600 with guys like that are top 10, top 15 quarterbacks. So.
Yeah, and Michael Silver of Sports Illustrated reported that the Bears haven't blown Seattle away with an offer yet. But Jaylen, if the Bears can hit a home run at quarterback, get someone in here who can make them legitimate contenders, do you think it makes Robinson staying in town a lot more likely and getting a contract extension done?
Yeah, definitely it has to. People always say Allen Robinson has never played with a very good quarterback, and that could be true. He played with Blake Bortles and Mitchell Trubisky for who had only one good season since he's been here. So once you get a good quarterback, imagine the numbers he can put up with a Russell Wilson, with a Deshaun Watson. Maybe a rookie quarterback that we can get in the draft if we trade up or not. So I definitely think that will be the main reason that we decide to keep him around if we can get a solid quarterback to help us win games.
All right, and obviously we talk about the positive, but we also have to talk about the negative in this situation because we know that this situation could get a lot worse, and we've probably talked about it about 4 or 5 times so far. But let's quickly go around. Parth, I'll start with you. There's some compensation that the Bears could get for Robinson, maybe a late first round, early second round pick, maybe someone like Orlando Brown. So if the Bears are trading Robinson, what are you looking for in return?
Yeah, I would definitely look for what you said. It would surprise me if we didn't get a first round pick. Stephon Diggs went for a first round pick last year, so I feel like the Bears should definitely be able to get a first rounder out of Allen Robinson. Late first round would definitely be a good move for the Bears. They could use that to trade for Watson or Wilson, or even someone like Fields or Lance in the draft.
Or if anything, it could let them select a quarterback if someone like a Mac Jones fell to them, and then also take a wide receiver because they would need a wide receiver, and you could get a good one in the first round.
Yeah, you get Bateman and Mac Jones and try to run with those two. But I'd be surprised if the Bears, try to clear up some picks and try to even use that to offer for Wilson or Watson.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways the Bears could go with this if they are trying to trade Robinson, and would assume that there's going to be a lot of offers across the board, probably some pertaining some good players, some offensive linemen maybe, as the Bears' probably biggest need outside of quarterback right now is offensive tackles, so you could look to go that route as well. But it's got to be a first-round pick in my mind. It absolutely has to. Parth mentioned it. Stephon Diggs went for the same thing just a year ago. I think Allen Robinson is one of the best wide receivers in the league, and I think he's worth that draft capital. He's still pretty young. So, I think it's got to be a first-round pick, maybe 2 seconds, something like that. But if things do get bad enough, I think that's where you'd have to look. Jaylen, before we close this one off, we've covered this topic a couple of times, but what type of compensation do you think Chicago could receive for Allen Robinson if things got bad?
Definitely. I definitely feel like we can get a late first or early second. Maybe a second and a third. I definitely think we can get some high draft picks. For Allen Robinson. I don't know if we could get a Orlando Brown. I wouldn't be looking for. I mean, I guess he's a need because he plays left tackle. Now we kick Leno to right. So who knows? But it's definitely going to be a rough couple months, especially around that franchise tag deadline. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, and for now, I guess the Chicago Bears will just have to wait and see what they're going to do. There was previous rumors that they were interested in Jameis Winston, rumors spring around right now that they're interested in Andy Dalton, I'm sure, because of the Bill Lazor connection. But I would surely hope that the Bears are still aiming high, trying to continue to put in better offers to Seattle, continuing to put in offers to Houston, continuing to think of trade-up scenarios where they could go grab someone like a Trey Lance. This offseason has to be a home run, and getting content is not going to keep Allen Robinson around. So we will keep you guys posted on everything Bears offseason here on the channel. Do us a favor, like and subscribe. Whatever platform you're listening on, we're going to keep coming back to you guys each and every day of the week. If you would like more content from us, head over to our website, bearddown.com. We're posting columns, articles, and blogs all offseason covering everything that the Bears are doing. So if you have any extra time, there are some great people working hard behind the scenes, and please be sure to go check out our website for a ton of more content. If you would like to find the podcast on social media, you can find it at Beared Down on Instagram and Twitter. And finally, you can find a link to all of our social media pages down in the description. You can see all three of us talk about the entirety of the NFL, the entirety of Chicago professional sports, and much more. So be sure to go check us out. Just another great way to interact with us. Parth, Jaylen McClinton, this is where things get interesting. Free agency, the new league year. things are surely starting to get spicy, and this Allen Robinson situation is going to continue to hang around until something happens at the quarterback position, you would assume. But any last words before we close this one off?
Roy Robertson Harris just got his payday from the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that's
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yep.
Oh, wow. 3 years, $24 million. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Great player.
Roy
Robertson.
Oh, Murchie got paid. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. It's going to suck to see him go. He's a great player.
And the Bears will get a 2022 compensatory pick, 5th, 6th rounder for him, going for $6.1 million average per year. Jaylen, any words before we close this one out?
He could do numbers in Jacksonville. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a starter. So good for him. Good for him. Good for Rob. He definitely deserves it. Maybe he should play quarterback position. He could get $35 million like Taysom Hill. Who knows?
Yeah, no kidding. That was definitely an interesting one. But
I thought it was a typo. I'm like, bro, what? $40 million?
But, we'll see where the Bears end up going at quarterback. I think the goal at this point still has to be to hit a home run. The situation in Seattle seems stagnant. Seems like the Bears have to do a little bit better convincing there, obviously knowing that Russell Wilson is still willing to play for Seattle, and Seattle wants to keep him around. So we'll see if something can get worked out there. The NFL draft coming up soon. I just hope surely that they can still make a good option at the quarterback position, because keeping your number one wide receiver around is very important. He's been the best offensive weapon on our team for a couple of years now. But guys, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to be your host. My name is Chris Malpe, and Bears fans, as always, do us a favor and stay safe and bear down.